Good morning, everyone. Um, but so let's take a coffee break because we need that. We need time for coffee, or in your whatever your choice is, tea, juice, whatever. I have some more time on hands, and therefore I decided, you know what, this is my channel. It is basically for me, and anyone else that it can help or that find something that I'm going to talk about worth saying or worth thinking about. But it is about taking time. Nee? Today, I really want to talk about time. Time is something that we all live with. I mean, most of us have a watch and a cell phone with time on, and there's clocks everywhere, and we look at time to find our way in the day, even. And I realized, but we don't ever think about time. We never think about the fact that time can run out. Not for everyone, but for individuals. Time is infinitive, but time is also finite, nee? For each individual. We don't have infinite time. We have a timeline for our lives, and sometimes it ends before we actually really started that time. Sometimes you have a long time on earth, but eventually it ends. But time doesn't end. Time is endless. Time is infinite. But time is also priceless. You cannot buy back time. You may buy a lot of products for this phase and everything, but it is not a buyback of time. It's just trying to prolong time. Time is precious because we don't know how much time we have left. And therefore, it's not to be wasted. But the problem is, we live in a time where everything is passing us by faster and faster. You don't have enough time in the day. How many times have you said that? I don't have enough time in the day for everything I want to do. I don't have enough time to finish this book. I don't have enough time to really spend some time with my kids or my grandkids. And before you know it, those kids are grown and out of the house. Those grandkids becomes teenagers, and they don't have time for grandma and grandpa anymore because, I mean, they're busy. But we lose so much time by chasing time instead of making time. And I think that is where we go wrong. I now have time. I have time for this. I've always thought about it. I've written short pieces on Facebook about time, especially in the COVID time when we had so much time on hand. And I find that it is something that I actually want to do. I have a lot of things to say, even if it's only to myself, to think about this. And I realize that we don't enjoy our time when we should. When you're young, you work towards getting older, having more, and then you get more responsibility and less time, and you get more work and less time. And then you have a family, but you have to work when it's actually family time. I know teachers have that problem. They don't have enough time. You have to constantly either set assignments or tasks or exams, or you have to mark them. And there's not even enough time left for teaching. I think that is the biggest thing that I've been seeing now, how burnt out the teachers are because they don't have enough time. And you get so focused on the deadlines that you miss the time in between. that extra times that you could have had. Now let me rather mark. I have so much marking to do. I have so much assignments to finish. I have so many things that keep my time occupied. And I had a time 6 years ago when this was definitely not on my timeline. I wasn't planning for it. It wasn't supposed to happen. And I had a heart attack at the place and a time that was not of my choosing. That was definitely not what I planned for the day. But my time froze for a few seconds, actually more. And my time was almost done. And when I was lying in the hospital, and I didn't realize how serious it was, to be honest. It still sometimes today takes my breath away that I didn't realize how serious it was. But what it did is made me prioritize my time because it was almost done. It was in a blink of an eye. I could have been at the end of my time. And it made me prioritize family more, my kids more, my husband. And I got to a time in my life when I realized, you know what? There's more things I can do with my time. My time is precious. I can't buy it back. I can't pay for it to be lengthened. My money is useless, and this is a mindset. I had to change my mindset and realized, you know what? You can say no because this is my time and it's precious. And it ticks on. You can never use your time again. It's like the saying that they have in Afrikaans. It says, met die water wat verby is, sal die meule nooit weer maal nie. So with the water that's passed, this mill will never grind again. You can't bring the water back and let it grind again. And that is what time is. It is like a river flowing. Nothing stops it. And you can't even pause it. It is not like your recording that you can pause and think again and re-record. And you can't stuff like that. What you have now, this is the time you have left. If you don't use it now and you don't use it wisely, you're going to lose it. It's not coming back again. And I think that is the one thing that made me realize that we have to stop and smell the roses. We have to stop and look at the birds. We have to stop and pat your dog another 2 minutes. I mean, why do we chase after time when it's there? It's not going anywhere away. It's just moving on. It doesn't need you to move on. It doesn't need any of us to move on. It will be ticking on whether we are there or not, whether we use that time or not. It is not dependent on us. And I think that's the biggest thing. I mean, wow, not dependent on humans, the top of the food chain? No, it's not. But if you use it, then you get so many memories out of it, so many things to remember. It enriches your life. It helps you to find your priorities again. It helps you to focus on what is important. And it's not that I'm saying be selfish, but yeah, I'm actually saying be selfish. Because it took me now almost 3 months of thinking about it before I realized, but you know what? just do it. You're wasting time. And like I said, this is for me. This is to remind me. I want to go back in a month's time and watch this again and think, oh, there was so much more I could have said. There's so many other things I wanted to say. At least I did it. I can now look at myself and think, okay, you know what? I've changed. I've done things after this that I was hesitant about. Don't ever hesitate. That time, you lose that time. It's a waste of time. If you want to do something, go for it. Use the time that you have. Make time. Make time for your family. Don't say, yeah, but you know what, in the holidays. I'll take them on a holiday and then we will spend some time together. You don't know if that holiday is going to ever come. I remember telling my son and daughter-in-law, we had a little bit of a disagreement about birthdays. And I said, you know, it's not that we want you to feel that we are infringing on your day, but we want to celebrate it with you. And by not allowing that, it makes me sad, because there will come a time when you will say that was the last time we could have had a family gathering. And it didn't happen. And now it will never happen again. And that's what I told them. I was very upset. And because my family means a lot to me. And after my heart attack, they mean the world to me. I don't care. My work was second to them. Everything else, my decisions was made with my family in mind. And I may be wrong. Maybe I'm just too family-minded. But I don't care. That is my opinion. And that is what I want to do. So, when I said that to them, I didn't know that they were already planning to emigrate. And when the next birthday came along, they were in another country. And then I think they realized it, that we let something go because we thought, there's another day, there's another time for it, we can do it again. And now we can't, because we are not in the same country anymore. So guys, use your time. Make your family a priority. Make your time with your family, with your children. They grow so quickly. Make that time. I was never so, I want to say proud of myself, but so determined to be at my granddaughter's Opa and Oma Dag. The granddaughters, their school have this grandparents' day, where they do some drama, and the choir sings and everything. And I realized that for me, that time is going to pass, because you don't get it in the high school. It is in kindergarten and in primary school. And I was never going to lose or not go to one of those days. And at that stage, I was a teacher, so I'm supposed to be in the classroom. And I always went early enough to ask, can I get some time off? Because this is important to me. And one time, my principal said, oh, you'll have to take unpaid leave. I said, it's okay. And I think he thought I was making a joke. And because he said, you will have to put in a day of unpaid leave, I decided, well, in that instance, then I'm not only going to take the 3 hours, I'm going to take the day, because I'm not getting paid for that day. And it was such a shock. I don't understand why he thought I would come in and work the other 5 hours and just take the 3 hours off, but not getting paid for the day. And I said, well, it's fine. When he phoned me, I said, but remember, I'm taking an unpaid leave day. And after that, funnily enough, when I go to him again, and I said, okay, you know what, it's that time of the year. It's family day. It's grandpa and grandma day, and I really need those 3 hours. I never got anything else about that again. He gave me that 3 hours because I was teaching before and after that. But he always said, and I appreciated that. He said, you know what? I learned never to come between you and your granddaughters. And I said, but that is how it should be. My grandkids are my passion. You know what? I can love them for all the time I have without any reservations. And so therefore, people, use your time. Time is of the essence. Take your time for a coffee break. It sounds so silly, but if you do that, then you have all the time during those 10 or 15 or 20 or 30 minutes that you are drinking your coffee, that you can think about stuff, that you can make certain things clear in your own mind. And take a leaf out of my book. If you want to, put it on a video so that you can watch it again, because I'm going to watch this after a few months and think, why did you not do that earlier? And guys, this is really a me video. This is for me to talk and think about what matters to me, because it matters. Everything that touches your life matters. It's not the big stuff, world peace and whatever else. What matters to me? I know there's a hoo-ha about climate change, and there's a hoo-ha about racism, and there's a hoo-ha about everything under the sun. But what matters? It matters to me. And what matters to me today is time, and not wasting it, using it, even if it's to just sit, talk to yourself. So if anyone finds this interesting, and I'm sure there's someone somewhere that needed to hear this now, take your time. Use your time, not only for work, but for yourself. Be selfish. Take a coffee break. Take a coffee break. It matters. Or a tea break, or a juice break. It matters. Just take time for yourself. Because if you do that, at the end of the day, you will have used your time wisely. And guys, if you find this by incident and you like it, please like and subscribe. I'm going to talk about the stuff that matters to me. And if there's something that you really think, wow, why have you never thought about this or talked about this, then put it in the comments. And I'm going to look at it, and if it's interesting or it matters, obviously it matters because it matters to you, then I will see what I can talk about it, because it will be out of my viewpoint. We all have a viewpoint, a point of view that is from inside of you, and you may disagree with me in total, and that's fine. You're allowed to. It's your point of view, but this is my point of view. Time runs. Time never slows down, even though it feels like it sometimes. Sometimes your time is up before you wanted it to be. Sometimes you have a long timeline in front of you, but you don't know. So therefore, use the time that you are now capable of using. Use it wisely. Use it for yourself, for your family. Prioritize. Is this really worth my time? And I hope you take that coffee break and you think about the stuff that you really want to do in your timeline. So guys, there's some other stuff that I'm going to talk about that have been in my mind and in my head, and that I've really never had the time for. But now I have the time. And now I'm not going to stop anymore. See you next time.